Hey loves, welcome to 27 Ways to Cook an Egg and talk about life while doing it. This is where recipes meet real talk, straight from my kitchen to yours. Let's crack into it. Hello everyone and welcome to the 24th episode of 27 Ways to Cook an Egg and talk about life while doing it. I am so excited to talk about comfort and community with my dear, dear friend, Monica. Monica is just woman of the globe. She is an entrepreneur. She is a community builder. She is a master of science, a master of so many things. I just love this woman. She is a dear friend and also Benjamin's one of her biggest fans. So I'm so happy to have her on today to talk about life and comfort and community and what that means for us. And we are making Eggs Benedict today, but we're making an Eggs Benedict, which is specifically an Australian Eggs Benedict, which you spent many years in Australia, and they don't call it Eggs Benedict, right? What do they call it in Australia?
They call it bennies. We are going to cook some bennies.
I love it. We're going to cook some bennies. I'm so excited. Monica brought Eggs Benedict to the table, which is like why I didn't have this on the program originally, because it's one of my favorites. And so we're going to jump at it today. Things are kind of pre-built for us, which is great. So we have some time to chat, a little more time to chat. I'm going to warm up my sauce and we'll build our plates. And we'll talk about comfort and community as we do it. So Monica, are you putting down, what's your base? Like, are you doing bread? Like, what's your kind of like the bottom part of your...
Some plain English muffins that I just toasted.
I love it. I love that.
But I'm going to skip buttering them because there's enough butter in my sauce.
That's the beauty, right, of the hollandaise. It's like packed with butter and whatever milk of your choosing, funny enough, I was testing out the hollandaise. I haven't made hollandaise from scratch since culinary school. So it was like such a like, oh, okay, I'm going to do this. And what I love about it is I tested it with oat milk first and I was like, no, this isn't gonna work. So I went old school and I used regular milk for this. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, I made it with a twist as well. So let's see when we get to that point.
I love
show
it.
you.
All right, let's start building. So I'm gonna do with my base. I'm not doing any bread today, not because I don't love bread, because I do actually love bread. But I'm not doing I don't have the bread that I want to use because my son ate the last piece that I was saving for our filming, which is like, it's the perfect Benjamin situation. So I've got a little arugula with mine.
What are you using as a base? Yeah, like the protein. What is your protein?
I have bacon.
I see.
As mine. What's
I
yours?
have
What are
some
you using?
smoked salmon. You know,
Ooh.
Aussies really love the smoked salmon option. And I bought some fresh one yesterday.
Oh, yum.
Sustainably harvested. So
Let's
yay.
go. And I'm doing a little avocado.
Okay, I'm gonna do some fennel and red beet on the side. So
ooh, look at you.
yeah, because I like that earthiness, and
Yeah.
I am falling in love again with fennel. You know,
I love fennel.
Talk about reframing. I had PTSD from this, not because of this, but because of anise and because of ouzo, which is an alcohol that sometimes in your student times drinks too much.
Yeah,
And I couldn't taste it. So I had to really fall in love again with it.
I love that. That makes sense. I really love fennel. And it is one of those things, like, it's like an acquired taste, right? But it's delicious. All right, so I'm going to show, before I put my sauce, I did a poached egg. And I'm like really proud of this poached egg. It's pretty. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty poached egg. Fabi will tell you that usually in the egg contest, we're on episode 27 right now, or 24 right now, so I can be completely honest and share that everyone has beaten me out for the perfect egg. You would think me as the chef would come up with the perfect egg, but it hasn't happened.
Is this your perfect one?
This is my perfect one. Like, I'm
okay, can you show it again? Because the camera wasn't clear on my end, so I really want to admire it.
Can you see that?
What's happening with the camera, but I see it's perfectly round.
It's perfectly round.
Yes.
It's perfectly round.
Congratulations.
And it's like, thank you very much. I'm excited about that. And then I'm going to warm up my sauce.
Okay. Mine is still warm, so I'm
You're
just
still
gonna
warm?
keep on
Perfect.
shaking it.
Oh yeah, shake it up. Shake it up. You pour yours on. It's gonna take a few seconds.
Well,
Oh, I'm
you
so excited.
you have to see the color of this sauce.
Let me
Ready?
see. Yeah, I want to see yours.
Ready?
No.
So
Oh,
I put
yum.
3 beets that I boiled this morning in this sauce,
Let's go, Monica. Fancy over there. Now, is
and
that typically
and I
what they eat
put
in
the
Australia?
zest on. In addition, the zest of the lemon, the
Yum.
Myers lemon, because it's the season.
Now,
And
do they put beets inside of usually in their holidays, or do you do, how
you
did that
know,
come about?
that is one that this is a cafe style of breakfast, brekkie, and each cafe wants to have its own take on it.
Yeah.
And once I was in Tasmania, I tried this version and I just fell in love with it because hot this can be so heavy. And the
Yes,
beets
exactly.
just give it a different edge.
I love that.
Um, so I, and this is, I think, is this no? Initially, I wanted to do the sauce maltaise, which is
Right.
basically you add the zest of a blood orange to
Oof,
make it
yum. Oh
make
my
it more
gosh.
palatable because otherwise it's
I love
kind of
that.
heavy. But yeah, so and I have
Delish.
my rucola on
And you
it.
have arugula as well.
Yes,
I love that.
and we are
Look
gonna
how
eat
beautiful.
by hand. Okay,
You're gonna eat it by hand. That's right.
are you not joining me in eating it by hand?
I'm gonna eat mine. I guess I can attempt to eat. I don't know if I can eat mine by hand. Whatever. I'm gonna attempt it. Why not? Let's do it.
Well, this
Let's
is
do it.
where the reason why I'm inviting you in eating it with your hand is because you're engaging more sensors in really tasting the food. So it's a much more sensual experience.
I love
And
it. Let's
apparently,
do it.
when you eat with your fingers, you tell your guts that you're ready to eat, so it starts actually secreting the enzyme.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, let's go for it.
Mm. And it didn't even,
Mm,
yeah.
that's delicious.
I could actually use a bit more sauce.
I'm like, mine is ooey and gooey. It's so gooey.
Well, and this eating with hand is just so healing for me
Mm,
because and it's messy, just like life is. And I learned to be okay with it. And once
hmm
in a high-end restaurant, I actually ate my egg Benedict with my hand. And I had the biggest compliment from a gentleman who just was watching me from afar. And he said, the confidence with which I ate the egg with my hands and the way I saved the yolk from dripping was
I love it.
very sensual.
He was enjoying it.
Mm.
He was enjoying watching you as much as you were enjoying eating it. It's
Mm-hmm.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm.
I now know why
For,
Benjamin still
mm.
eats with his hands.
The salmon. This is what I love, the textures of this egg.
Mm.
There's
So good.
so many layers to it.
Mm. It's delicious. It's delicious. I love it with the arugula. That
Yeah.
was a good
Yeah.
call.
Rucola. We call it rucola. Not in
Delicious.
Australia,
Down in Australia. It's
but
perfect.
in Italy, where it comes from, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm.
And of course, I like to lick my fingers. They are clean. I wash them. So this is
That was so good.
I'm glad you enjoyed yours. Congratulations.
You were right. Eating it with my hands made a huge difference. I may not have enjoyed that as much. Okay, so
There's a
let's jump
science
into
to it,
that.
So
It's perfect. All right, let's jump into what it means, like really like community for you, right? And understanding community, setting a community. You're so beautiful at really like holding space for people within different spaces in their life. So, in other words, coming from whatever their background is, wherever they have either entered, be it the United States, be it into their own transformational space, be it into whatever it is for them. Like, you're really great at holding people in that. And I will say, like, as someone that is a part of your community, as someone who has been in this like beautiful growth and watching you lead, I'd love to know from you, what was that as a child, like understanding what community meant? Because I feel like that's something that's like deep within you.
Mm. Wow, we could go so many directions with your question. And
Mm-hmm.
because you brought it back to my youth,
Mm-hmm.
when times are hard and in hardship, people come together. And
Mm.
because I was born and raised in a communist authoritarian country, we didn't have a lot by
Right.
design, by
Right.
somebody's design.
Right.
Everything was rationalized. That's why butter and eggs, the quota of eggs for me for a month was 5 eggs. So I would never eat more than an egg at a time. And even then, it was so precious. And in community is where you you matter because of who you are, not because of what you have.
Mm.
And
Mm.
whenever somebody is
Wow.
in need of something, you can rely on others. I remember
Mm.
we were having a system of signaling each other when something was going on in the condo, in the
Yeah.
building. And there was all this camaraderie. When they would cut the electricity, which would happen almost every evening between 5 and 7, especially in wintertime, and we would be out visiting other friends, we would start singing. Or we would,
Mm.
basically in community,
Um,
you can turn the hardship and elevate above it and enjoy life and the essence of it.
mm.
And
Wow.
that's really where everybody's a mirror of each other. And also,
Mhm.
if I help you, I help myself, and we are better together. So, therefore, I grew up with a lot of moms and with a lot of support and a lot of friends, and that's why I'm so open and I'm so curious. I didn't read many books growing up because being outside with other people and exploring was much more tempting. And
Right.
luckily, I have a mom who allowed me that. I don't know if that answers your question.
No, I mean, it's so beautiful what you shared, because we are at a very interesting, pivotal time right now in the world, not just here in the US, but in the world. And what you said around having lots of moms, lots of aunties, right? Lots of people to help build that foundation for you and structure for you. And I find myself with my kids constantly sharing with them, go talk to the neighbors. Like, where we're at a time where people are so terrified to be in communication. So being in community like that, and what you shared, and I grew up like you did, where it was, I mean, the people down the street took care of us. My mom was a single mom, so she really relied on the community to support us and build us up. And we're all still friends to this day, because that was the common ground, is that we were to be supportive of each other.
Yeah, yeah. And community is not necessarily where everybody thinks alike, but
Yes.
there's a common, bigger purpose that
Right.
unites us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, and that I think in every community, it's essential to have that intention and that gravity towards what
Mm.
matters most.
Mm. And so when you think of what we just did with the egg and taking you back to Australia, back to that particular community, my question for you is, like, what kind of lights you up about Australia? What lights you up about, like, this Benedict, and that, like, just kind of moment of being in that type of community?
One thing that Australians do really well is celebrating. It's being together and just enjoying the moment and enjoying the chat. Uh,
Yeah.
Luckily, the culture is such that you can sit outside on terraces and really enjoy everything that's going on and be present with the person around you, or the people
Mm.
around you. It's really enjoying life
Yeah.
in the moment.
Yeah.
It's when I transferred from Germany, it was really hard to understand that people were leaving at
Mm,
5 o'clock because an Australian, you'll laugh about this, works to live, whereas a
mm,
German lives to work.
Lord.
No
Oof.
judgment.
Wow.
And
Wow.
and it's I learned from them the hard way
Yeah.
because I was feeling like I wasn't loyal to my work.
Mm,
But for them, it was important to have their free time and to really, really
right.
enjoy it.
Oof. And it's so interesting, right? How like I noticed where the world is shifting into that, into like, working yourself to death is not a way of living. It's not a way of being happy and being joyful and finding joy because you miss out on so much.
Ooh, you brought the word joy. And this is
Mhm.
where it's about what we believe to be true.
Oof. Yeah.
Because working hard was what I defined the path to joy.
Mm. Oof.
And
That's
that's
so
why it
good.
was so hard to believe that by having fun and enjoying life, I can get there as well.
Right. That lands so well for me because I have definitely gone through that in my life of like work hard, and then you
I'm
play.
I'm still I'm still wired, that's why now I'm like, okay, can I play and create results?
Mm.
And then it's like,
Oof.
oh, maybe this is a serious play. How would the serious play
Ooh.
look right now? And
Ooh.
then we get into the joy, and
Yes.
this is where you're so good at showing me how you can use your skills and community to create awareness. I do it
Mm.
also on my own. And I learned
Yes.
from you how to leverage connections and friendships because I feel like I cannot reach out because if I ask for support, that means I don't have it all together.
Right. Right.
So,
Right. And we are definitely in a time where being supported is important because we don't have all the answers. We can't, it's like doing things on your own is so much harder, than being supported and asking for support, and being vulnerable enough to say, like, hey, I really get to be supported in this, especially with those that we feel uncomfortable with.
yeah.
So I'm so grateful to you. Thank you for that acknowledgement, and I also would say the same thing about you, and where play and joy is important to you, being connected to your senses, like just with eating with our hands. And I think that it's like this love of like food again, as you said, like being connected, like without having to be so perfect in how we eat.
Well, and if I can add to this,
Yeah.
when you eat by hand, for example, it's also a mindful eating where you eat slower
Mm-hmm.
because with the fork you can easier maneuver and put it in your mouth, but with this it's kind of you have to position it, you have to enjoy it with your lips first and then bite and then with your tongue. So yeah, you're engaging many more senses to it, and it's a multifaceted experience that can
Yes.
bring that source of pleasure that can be as simple as eating a Benny.
Exactly. Well, the thing is too, it's enjoyable for you and those watching. So it's perfect.
Mm.
It's all perfect. I love
Well,
it. It makes sense. It makes sense why like there are things like you said, it's like it's a very passionate, like when you're enjoying your food, people see that you're enjoying your food. And so eating with your hands I get to do that more.
well,
Definitely.
and I learned it in Indonesia, where I was with my team of 20
Right.
consultants in the evening, and I was invited to eat with my hands. I cannot tell you how cumbersome I was. And after two attempts, it was like, all the whole tension dropped, and it was
Yes.
just us with 20 plates on the
Oh,
table because that's how we eat in Sumatra.
I love that. I love that so much. And you know what? It's a being in another, like being in Indonesia, in a place where it's like food is also, just the food is, but it's this moment of community, right? Food is community. And so being able to experience that and watching other people enjoy it and using another sensation with their hands, like, oh, how amazing. I just, it melts
Yeah.
my heart. Melts my heart.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So Monica, like, as again, we are talking about community and you are currently in the process of launching a podcast. I love
Yes.
it. So tell us a little bit about that podcast and the community that you're building.
About a few weeks ago, I was again reconsidering. This is where, I keep thinking, maybe it's not the right time. And whenever I speak to somebody, I get the opposite realization that we all get to create new ways to experience joy. So what I'm inviting everybody who's curious and willing to explore the art of living fully is to tune into the joyful rebellion.
I love that. And what does that mean? The joyful rebellion.
The joyful rebellion, it's what we experience around us now. It's anger, is polarization, is separation, is hatred. And the rebellion would be to choose joy in those moments. And it's not automatic. It requires us practice, determination, and presence. So
Absolutely.
that's why, and it's possible because joy is all around us. It was on our plate. It's in our conversation.
Yes.
It's in the moves. It's in the air. It's like the vibration of life. So, but we don't allow ourselves to experience joy in these moments of hardship. So that's what I'm inviting everybody to practice with me, because I don't have it all and it's messy. That's why I felt like, ooh, I need to
like our
postpone
egg.
it. Like my egg, And it gets to be what it gets to be. So I'm excited. Yes, it's going to launch on 22nd, 2/22.
222.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, we will make sure Fabiola puts the information. And for you, I love 222 is the launch of your wonderful podcast that we've been awaiting and anticipating. It's going to be wonderful and joyful, just like you. And I love the idea of being able to practice something other than anger. So this is so needed in the world today. And I think many people are looking for an outlet or something to listen to put in their palette of joy.
Well, you inspired me because this is your vision for Inner City Kitchen.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank
So
you
I
for that.
cannot wait to come and experience that and smell the flowers there and eat the bakery products and have a coffee and all the things.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm so grateful and blessed to have you on today and sharing in your new adventures and being a part of 27 ways to cook an egg and teach us something new. And I definitely get to make that holidays with the beets. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
It was a privilege and an honor and a joy to be here with you. And I've learned from you that Japanese omelet that you did with your husband.
Yes.
That was that required skills.
Thank
I'm not
you.
trusting myself.
I know. He
yet,
did a really good job with that. He did a really great job. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Thanks for hanging out with me in my kitchen today. Remember, food is love, and life's better when we share it together. If this spoke to you, send it to a friend. And I'll see you on next week's episode.